Hi everyone, welcome to Change in Motion. This is video number 3. Let's get down to business. In the first video, I spoke of what change is. The key factors mentioned were that change should be simplistic, that's number 1. Number 2, although change can be difficult, we will remind ourselves of why we are making a change, and we will not focus on the challenges. Instead, we will focus on the changes that will produce our expected outcome. We will spend the majority of our time perfecting the changes that we need to make. Number 3, we only speak life and we use positive words, which will produce positive actions, thereby producing powerful results. And we surround ourselves with powerful people. Number 4, we denounce doubt and fear and replace it by seeking the inner strength that God has placed in us. This can be done through prayer, praise, and meditation. I will be devoting at least 2 videos to this. Number 5, develop your motto. Here is mine. I will put in motion the change needed to produce the impact for my expected outcome. I repeat, I will put in motion the change needed to produce the impact for my expected outcome. In video 2, we talked about changing your paradigm, which is your belief system. When you change your paradigm, you change your outlook. Not only do you see things for what they are, but you see things for what they shall become. As you change your belief system, you are no longer believing lies or untruths that have been planted in your subconscious mind. Instead, you dissect what you hear and think and decide if these are adding value to your life or zapping your energy. When you change your paradigm, you choose to believe what is learned, not taught. What do I mean? I can teach you the steps that I use when I fry fish. It's up to you to trust and perfect it or reject it. After you are introduced to my method, what you're supposed to do is try to make the method your own by making the necessary changes that add value and contribute to your lifestyle and taste. Otherwise, toss it and say this isn't valuable for me. It's that simple. You may be asking, how do I begin to actually make a change? Well, I have been trying for a little while to fast. I had one successful day. This was a day that I only drank water. About a gallon of water is what I drank. During that time of drinking that water for a 24-hour period, I prayed and I asked God, what type of fast should I partake in? I'm a part of a group called A Healthy Alternative. We do dry fasting, which is no food or water. We do liquid fasting, which is water only. Juice fasting, which contains fruit juice and vegetable juice. There are multiple types of fast. So I was deciding on what I wanted to do to get to the next level with my weight loss journey. When I prayed about it, God said, do the exact same thing that you did last time. Well, what that was I did a fruit and veggie fast for 3 weeks, where from 6 p.m. at night till 6:30 a.m. I didn't eat anything, and throughout the day I had fruits and vegetables only. My choice of drink was water or either green tea, because green tea helps you, to speed up your metabolism, and that was something that I was trying to do, being that I have PCOS. That's another video for another time, but ladies, PCOS means that you have a change in your menstrual cycle where it just disappears early in your early years. So at age 41, mine was disappearing, and by 45, I didn't have it at all. So, you go from being regular to twice a year. Regular as in every month, 5 days, then twice a year, and then not at all. So that's something that I experienced. And because I experienced that, what happens is your weight fluctuates up and down because now your testosterone is higher than your estrogen. So I could lose weight, and if I'm not careful, the weight will creep back on me. Also, right in here, I would get these little hairs that come on my face. So every month I have to be mindful of these little hairs that come on your face and things like that. And so what I decided to do was, what can I do differently to just help me with this diet? So, I'm going back to the basics, which is my fruits and vegetables, and try my best not to eat after 6 o'clock. Also, because I like seafood, my regular diet includes seafood. But when I'm fasting, it would just be fruits and vegetables. And then, after you come off the 3-week fast, you can add your seafood. Let's see here. I wanted to mention that the last time I fasted, I saw real results. They were both spiritual and physical. You may not be a believer, but by the time you listen to me and read the comments from others, you will become a believer. You'll believe that you can fast and get in touch with your inner self, and also you'll believe that there is a creator that you can get in touch with also through fasting and praying. Let's dive in again. Again, we might be asking, how do I begin to actually make a change? So the number one thing you should do is set a goal. My end game goal is, what am I striving for? I have 3 examples. Do you want to land a promotion on a job? Do you want to lose 120 pounds? Do you want to buy a house? That's the end game. Number 2, you're going to tackle your goal in parts. 3 or 4 parts. Number 1, you're going to begin by asking yourself some questions. How can I get noticed at work? What areas do I need to improve in? Who is already doing the job that I want to be doing? How did they get there? What steps do I need to take, and how long will it take me to complete these steps to be ready for the promotion? If you're trying to lose weight, you're going to ask yourself, can I lose 30 pounds? What will I need to eat, and what will I need to eliminate? How much exercise can I commit to? What's my biggest hurdle, and what am I going to do when I'm faced with it? For example, I told my family that I was, not going to eat any snacks. And when I got back in town, my husband bought a $3 bag of Cheetos Puffs, and they're sitting on my dresser since Sunday, and they will remain right there because I'm not going to open them. I am doing something else. So my daughter brought me about 25 corn chips, and she was like, Mama, would you like to have this instead of this huge bag that Pops bought you? Because she wasn't going to eat it. It was like a double-sized bag. So I took about 25 chips, and that was my snack, and I haven't had a snack in about 3 or 4 days, so I had that. So for example, today I had spinach, jasmine rice, and 2 jumbo shrimp in a bowl, a cereal bowl. For lunch, I had a peanut butter and jelly Smucker's sandwich, which I will show you. This is what I had for lunch. It has 190 calories, and I had a half a cup of orange juice. That was lunch. For dinner, we didn't eat anything just yet. My husband wanted to have a Impossible Burger. So we're waiting for them to deliver the Impossible Burger. But the Impossible Burger is plant-based. And it's going to have spinach, pickles. It's going to be made from plants. And I'm going to have ketchup and mustard on it. That's something that I can eat at night because it's like eating a salad on bread. So my whole day, consisted of 3 meals and 1 snack. And since it's the holidays, we're having a little Christmas cheer in here. Next, it is going to be number 3. The third example was about if you're wanting to do something like buy a house. You're going to say, am I living paycheck to paycheck right now? Do I have a budget? How much money do I have left over? Do I need to cut back on my spending? Do I need to pay off my debts first? These are all the things that you're going to want to ask yourself. You're going to want to find out, can I pay my closing costs without it affecting my other monetary responsibilities? Step 3 I'm going to first say that step one was setting your end game goal. Mine is to lose 120 pounds. Number two, tackle that goal I have. I'm going to eat fruits and vegetables. I'm not going to eat after 6 o'clock. I'm also going to drink lots of water. And I'm going to be exercising a minimum of 3 times a week, swimming twice, and then trying to go to the gym on the other 2 days of the week. Step three, spend one full week thinking about these questions, doing your research, and brainstorming ideas that you feel will help you accomplish your goal. I've done that already. I know that I lose weight when I eat protein and I eat veggies, but I don't want to consume a lot of protein. I'm going to have fish. That's my main staple protein. I'm really backing away from shrimp because shrimp isn't something that's really supposed to be, healthy, but fish is. I grew up eating shrimp and fish. Occasionally, I may have 1 or 2 pieces of shrimp in a dish instead of having chicken or beef or pork if I don't have veggie bacon. I stacked up on my veggie bacon, so there's really no need for me to have to eat shrimp. And I am going to just stop and get some redfish, some tilapia, some whiting, or whatever type of fish that I would like to have. And I'm only really having fish once or twice a week if I feel like I want to have that. I can survive on breakfast. For me can be oatmeal and 2 strips of veggie bacon or a bowl of cereal. Lunch can be a salad or the jasmine rice with spinach. Dinner would be, usually I like to make lunch the largest meal. So if I'm going to eat something heavy, I eat it at lunchtime. So for example, if we were going to eat red beans and rice, I'd have that at lunchtime, and then for dinner I'd have the spinach with rice, or a big old portion of spinach with garlic, or a large portion of spinach with a few pieces of tofu, or a few pieces of veggie bacon, or a few pieces of shrimp. So you can do these things and you don't have to worry about doing a whole lot of planning. So to wrap things up, I would like to say I believe we make mistakes when we set goals and we get ideas and then we just dive right into it without doing our research, and we run into obstacles and then we don't establish the do's and the don'ts. Excuse me, I'll give you an example. Have you ever watched a cooking video? You thought to yourself, I have everything that they just talked about in the fridge. So you go in there and you get started and you start preparing what you're going to make. Then you realize I have not preheated the oven. You also realize you didn't measure anything. You were just kind of winging it. You don't know exactly how many people are going to enjoy this. You were just kind of trying it out. So what ends up happening is you don't know, what am I doing? It's not even my cheat date. So, how am I going to enjoy this? Give me one quick second. Yes, sweetheart. Yes. Yes. Speak up a little bit louder. You said you're trying to find out something about the AirPods. Okay, you just go into your settings on the phone, and when you go into the settings on the phone, you can choose at the very top Apple ID, iCloud, things like that. You'll see what's there. If the AirPods are paired up, you just disconnect the AirPods using Wi-Fi. The AirPods don't show up in on my Apple ID. The AirPods will not show up.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
bye.
All right.
Sorry, guys. So back to the video. Again, number one, we're going to set our major goal. Number two, we're going to tackle it in parts. And number three, you know, once we tackle our goal in parts, then we're going to spend about a week brainstorming and coming up with a plan. Here is where it gets to be a little bit tricky. I have 8 steps in total. Make a decision and stick to it is number one. Number two, prepare to accomplish step one by doing the work. That's the research. Step three, write out your plan. This is a crucial step. When you write down the plan, you can always go back and review it. You make this hard copy of your plan, and then you can start scratching out what's working, what's not working. Step four, follow the plan and notice whether it's working. Do I need to improvise? Do I need to ditch it altogether? Step five, solicit advice from a coach. Step six, get a partner, an accountability partner. My husband and I are now each other's accountability partners. I also have accountability partners on a healthy alternative app. Solicit advice from a coach. My sister has already successfully lost about 150 to 180 pounds. She's going to be my coach. Evaluate your results weekly. And then number 8, celebrate the accomplishments of your first milestone. So for example, I do everything I'm supposed to do. I lose 17 pounds, no problem. When it's time to lose the next 17 pounds, it gets to be a little tough. So then I have to either add an extra day of exercising or cut back even more on what I'm eating. Well, I'm not going to go below 1,400 calories. I usually eat between 1,200 to 1,400 calories. So I'm not going to go below 1,400 calories. So I'm going to go from 3 days a week to 5 days a week to probably, at most 6 days a week. 3 days swimming, 3 days working out at the gym. I have an exercise bike at home, so I don't always have to go to the gym. I can do, the exercise bike for 3 days straight. Go to the pool for 3 days. But the pool and the bike work hand in hand. So I'm supposed to work out on the bike for about 10 or 15 minutes, hit the pool, and then if I want to, hit the bike again, just to make sure that my hips and my joints are loose. When I go to the gym, I usually get on the treadmill or the elliptical. I like the elliptical more because it works every single muscle that you have. And then I sit down and I do ab crunches like this. And then I also sit down with my knees bent and I push my legs out and I bend my knees in. Push my legs out, bend my legs in. That's sit-ups for people who have problems with herniated discs. So we've reached the end of this video. It did end up being longer, and I knew that it would because I had to mention so many things. But you get the gist of what we're doing. We're going to take steps, and we're going to be accountable. And the best way to do it is to get started and to get a partner. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, season's greetings.